up here today because I was inspired to do a video about the true natural hair. If you watch me, then you know that I talk about doing curl and defines all the time. Well, I'm going to tell you why I stress those so much. Because I was always told that I couldn't wear my hair like this. I always wanted this type of hair, and I didn't know that I actually had this hair. A lot of people didn't understand that we had this type of hair either. So they didn't know how to tell you to get your hair like this. Something that really triggered this video was a good friend of mine's. She is natural and she lives in another city. I'm not going to say what city it is, but she went to a hairstylist, a natural hairstylist, and they told her that getting water in her hair is not good for natural hair, that she shouldn't wet her hair very often. It actually dries the hair out, and that she should wet her hair in stretched out styles, and that's what's going to help her hair grow. I'm going off of what I know and what I've seen and what I've studied. Today, I'm not coming to you as just a professional. I'm coming to you as a professional who actually has natural hair. I'm coming to you as the professional who understands the natural hair. I'm coming to you not even just the professional part, but as a person who struggled with going natural at first, who went through the same thing you went through, didn't think her hair can do stuff like this. When I first went natural, my purpose was just to go natural and to wear my hair straight. Because even when I was relaxed, it still took me a long time to straighten my hair because my hair was so thick. But as it went on, I noticed that my new growth was wavy, it was curly, and I was wondering, like, why couldn't my hair look like this? And there got to be a way that my hair can look like this. So I went to different stylists trying to figure out, like, how can I make all my hair look like how it looks now? And nobody could tell me. Everybody would just be like, oh, you just don't have that type of hair. You can't, do that to your hair. And so me being who I am and me always having a passion for hair, I just didn't buy that, to be quite honest. I really studied my hair. I figured out eventually how to make it curly. But I wasn't quite there yet. I figured out a little bit, but I wasn't quite there. It wasn't until I went to beauty school and started learning about the care of hair in general. And I intentionally went to a mixed beauty school because I knew at those schools they tend to teach more about how to actually care for hair. It's not so much far as like how to chemically relax your hair like you'll see at a lot of traditional black beauty schools. Not that I'm saying that all black beauty schools do that, but black beauty schools really focus more on the styling part of hair versus focusing on the care part of hair. So by me going to the mixed beauty school, I really got to learn about how to care for the hair. And there was stuff that was told to me and that was like scientifically broke down to me that made plenty of sense. And to me, it got me thinking, like, why don't black people do this to their hair? And one of the biggest revelations was getting water on the hair. Like, why don't we wet our hair? Like, it makes sense. Water is the source of living things. Water helps moisturize things. Like, why wouldn't we put that on our hair? Why would we keep our hair away from water? So I started thinking to myself, I'm gonna start wetting my hair more often. I went against what everybody was saying, and they was like, oh no, don't put that water in your hair. Your water's gonna make your hair dry. It's gonna dry your hair out. But from what I've learned in school, I realized that doesn't make sense. Like, that's the one thing we need. I look at all these people of other races and how they put water in their hair and how their hair just thrive, and not just water but other stuff, but water is the main thing that we don't put in our hair. And I just look at that and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start putting water in my hair. And and I'm gonna wet my hair multiple times a week. Well, when I started doing that, it didn't work out so great at first. But it wasn't because of what I thought. It didn't work out so great at first because my hair was just excited about getting water in it because it hasn't been getting it. So it looked kind of dry at first when I would do it. My hair was very dry and it seemed like super duper kinky when I first started putting like water in my hair. But knowing what I know now, what it is that it was just happy to be getting it. So it didn't know how to react. Just to make a long story short, I went on, kept going, kept doing the wash and go, even though they didn't look good, they didn't look right at all, but I still kept doing them. And then eventually, one day, they looked great. It was like one day where my wash and go really looked good, continually putting water in my hair weekly. And I mean drench water, not spray bottle water, drench water in my hair. I tried that theory on people who have hair textures that was different from mine to see, like, maybe it just worked for my hair. Let me see if it worked for other hair textures. It worked for them too. So, now I've been working as a stylist for a little bit of time now, and I've had all types of clients with different hair textures, from the kinkiest to the loosest hair texture, and the same thing is common. Water, getting lots of water in your hair will eventually transform your hair to where you can wear it in a more smoother curl. Okay? But you have to stick with that. Now, we still have this thing with our hair where we don't think our hair is good enough, or we don't think, our hair can do that because we just ain't got that type of hair. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. Yes, we're all going to have different curls. We're all going to have a different look to our hair. But the number one thing is water is what's needed in our hair. Even the kinkiest hair, it needs water even more because it's not getting it. I have people come to me and they'll say, well, my hair won't do that because I just don't have that type of hair. That's not really true. The thing is, the reason why you're saying that is because that's what you allow people to tell you. So now you believe that. Because I've seen it with every hair. I have transformed people's hair who has the kinkiest hair to nice, beautiful, flowy curls. I'm not going to say they're going to look like mixed girl curls, but it's their own curl. Because if you have a fro, the curl is in there. But the issue is to get the curls to look more uniformed and more defined. The biggest thing with natural hair, you have to get over the fact that people have always told you that your hair is not good enough. That's what it is. You have to get over that. And even our own people would tell us that. Even like hairstylists, like the one who told my friend that she can't wear her hair curly, or she can't put her hair, she can't put water in her hair because she just don't have the type of hair where she should wear it in stretch styles. That's not true. She can, because I've seen her hair. She can do that. It would just take a little bit more effort on her part to get more water in there. And she know what I'm talking about. If she listened to me, then she will have the hair that she wants. Something else with the curl and define, or wash and go, what people like to call it, is what your hair really look like. Like the twists and the twist outs and the braid outs and all the other stuff, they look good. I like them. I think they make a cute style. But if you really want to go natural and you really want to get the full experience of what your hair can do, you need to learn how to work with your hair texture instead of constantly having to manipulate it with a twist or a braid. Yeah, I know some people might say, well, you kind of got to do that with the wash and go too because you put gel or styling products or whatever up there. Yeah, but all I'm doing is putting a product on my hair real quick. And believe it or not, everybody does that, no matter what race you are. We all going to wear hair products. So to me, that doesn't seem any different. But when it comes to a twist or braid, you actually have to sit there take time, take hours, and actually twist and braid that hair up. When it comes to a curl and define, you just put some product on it and you walk out the door and you're done, you know? And so what I do in the salon that I work at is that I don't really bother with twists or braids. I don't really do those. I try to show people how to work with their own hair texture. And I think that might be what makes me stand out from other hairstylists, because I want you to love your hair, your hair. I don't want you to be dependent on doing your hair in a twist or doing your hair in a braid in order for it to look good. Now, if you want to do that as an alternative style, just try something different, good. I'm all for that. You know, great. But the main thing is, I want you to know how to do your hair as is, because the beauty of going natural is to be able to just be proud of your hair and wear your hair, but not to sit there and spend hours on your hair twisting it in order for it to look good. Now, if you like to do that, that's another story. If that's just what you like to do, then go for it. But if you're somebody who's new into this natural game, people are telling you, no, you got to do twist outs, you got to do braid outs, you got to do this. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. If you want a simple alternative and you want to not have to worry about doing all that to your hair, you can get the curly look. It just takes some work on your part, and you have to make sure that you're going to the right people. And you have to make sure you're doing your own research, to be quite honest. I just wanted to share that because it just really irked me, because no one, I have never seen a video like what I'm doing now has someone told me that you can wear your hair like this, and you can, because I've done it to multiple clients. I've done it to people with all types of hair texture, and it can be done. It's just whether you're willing to put the work in to do it, or if you're willing to listen, or if you're willing to not listen to all those negative people telling you that no, your hair can't do that. Okay? You do have other choices. You don't have to just wear twists or braids in your hair if that's not what you want. You do have the gorgeous hair. You really do have really pretty hair. I don't think there's a such thing as bad hair. I think it's just a case of not knowing how to take care of the hair. Just make sure, if you're newly natural, you're getting, the right advice. And I know that it's hard to find because there's so much information out there. But if you truly want to be able to wear your hair texture, wear it natural and have it look glamorous, because look, I'm natural, but I make it look glamorous and I make it look professional where it looks foxy. Like, not to be arrogant about my hair, but let's be honest. I know it looks good, but I worked hard at making it look good. And I didn't let people tell me that my hair can't do this and it can't do that. So make sure you're going to somebody who has the same common interest in what you want for your hair. Like, if you're somebody who don't want to wear dreadlocks, or someone who don't want to wear twists in their head, they don't go to a natural hairstylist who does twists and dreadlocks, because that's what they're going to tell you most likely. Go to the stylist who got the hair that you're looking for, because most likely they're going to understand what you're talking about, and they might can help you get there. Now, sometimes that can fool you too, but they might know somebody who can help you. And to be quite honest, I don't really consider, even though I use the word natural, I don't really consider myself a natural hairstylist, because you see I have color and all that stuff in my hair. I'm not really what you say a natural hairstylist. I'm more of a texture specialist or a curly hair specialist. I prefer curly hairstyles, but the reason why I use the term natural, because that seems to be the term that most people of color connect with. When you say natural hairstylist, it's easier for them to find you. I'm just giving it to you straight. I'm letting you know that if you want it, you can get it, because I transform people all the time in my salon, from going from the kinky bushy look to nice soft curls. So it's definitely possible. That's pretty much all I want to say right now. All right, till next time. Bye.